Blue here at Particle Measuring Systems. Today I have Paul Hartigan, our Global Product Line Manager of Instruments and Sensors at Particle Measuring Systems. Today we're going to discuss our IsoAir Pro that we launched last October, a great replacement of the IsoAir 310P. So what are some of the technology improvements that were implemented?
So one of the big things that we focused on was from beginning installations. Using power over Ethernet, it simplifies the installation, makes it a lot cleaner, fewer cables, less costly, and a faster installation typically. So that one of the big changes we made was making this unit a power over Ethernet or PoE type unit. Second, we looked at it from a servicing standpoint. Previously, with the previous design product we had, the unit either needed to be fully removed from the wall or the internals taken out of it. So what we looked at is from a servicing standpoint is how do we make this unit capable of being installed very easily, but while being still secured in place. So we created a specific mounting bracket that allows the end user to essentially mount this unit onto the bracket and then be able to remove it without actually the need of tools. Also into that bracket, we installed what we call a smart bracket essentially, which is an NFC tag. And the NFC tag contains the basic information about that location. Previously, when unit had been serviced, it would be shipped to the manufacturer, be calibrated, gets returned, and then the customer has to go back in and hook a computer to it and reconfigure possibly the IP address and put all the location-specific information back into the unit before they could begin using it again. With the NFC mounting bracket that we now have in place, the customer doesn't need to go in and reprogram the system when it's returned. They can just take the unit, remount it on the wall. The NFC card then that is on the mounting bracket, it reads the IP address into the instrument. So basically all information about that mounting location and how the system's supposed to be run is retained at that spot.
Great. And so what were some of the market expectations that were incorporated?
Significant changes that we made to this product was making it capable of handling vaporized hydrogen peroxide environments or VHP environments.
So were there any other significant changes to the IsoAir Pro E product?
Yes, actually, there were two things that we actually were able to incorporate. One is to make it more flexible on how the ISP or the isokinetic sampling probe can be mounted. Previously, the unit was it was a stainless steel tube and that was it. With some of the changes we made, we also have the same stainless steel tube that's about approximately 10 inches or 30 centimeters long that can be utilized, but also we can now incorporate hooking and flexible tubing. So for example, a bevel line, hydro line tubing can be added to the unit, or the customer can do their own custom tubing by taking a couple of the end pieces that we now can supply, welding it onto a stainless steel tube that may be custom bent based on the application.
Fantastic. And my last question, a simple question but important, how is the IsoAir Pro E typically used?
So this is a aerosol particle counter specifically focused onto the life science market. So those types of counters have to be able to measure 0.5 and 5 micron. In addition to that, in some other applications, you may want to have some other channels. This system is capable of having up to 8 different channel sizes that are user selectable. Typically out of these systems, the data is going to have to go back to what we call a facility monitoring or environmental monitoring system. So it brings the data back into a control system or software somewhere, gathers the data, presents all your reports, turns on light towers. So we basically designed this system to be able to work with our own systems from Particle Measuring System going into our Facility Pro or our Pharmaceutical Net Pro software and control systems. Also, we designed it to be able to have Modbus capabilities output.